Welcome to Revent. Today we have Megan Stewart, CEO of PCOS Awareness Association. Welcome, Megan.
Thank you.
Thank you. Could you tell us about PCOS?
Absolutely. So PCOS stands for Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome. It's the #1 reason for infertility in women. It's a hormonal endocrine disorder that affects women from head to toe. Over 10 million women in the world have it, and half of them don't even know that they have it because of the medical systems and just lack of knowledge of knowing what's happening with your body.
So when did you start this organization?
Yeah, I started PCOS Awareness Association in 2012. And from there, it's just bloomed.
2012. So what were you working on prior to that? Were you working on anything else before you started this organization?
No, nope. This was just me wanting to raise awareness.
Raise awareness. So what is unique about your organization?
Yeah, so we are the world's largest organization dedicated to the cause. And it's just been a crazy journey. We provide resources, information, and just, advocate for women with PCOS.
Wow, wow. With your business, what impact are you having now with your organization?
Yeah, so we have reached over, I want to say about 300,000 women every month on our website alone. Our Facebook page has almost 50,000 followers. Instagram, Twitter, we just took over social media.
Wow. So is it just you running the organization now, or do you have a few team members and everything?
Yeah, so I have a board, a leadership board. There are 12 of us, and we are located all over the US. So we're mostly, we work together online.
So how many locations do you have? Like, where are you located in different parts of the United States?
Yeah, so each of the leadership members, they are Seattle, Tennessee, New York, Texas, Virginia. So I actually just moved here from Seattle, Washington, to grow the nonprofit.
That is phenomenal. What advice would you provide to women going through this process of PCOS?
Like I said, most women don't even know that they have it. They just know something's wrong, something's not right, and they may keep telling their doctor, their family members, that they don't feel right, but their doctor may say to them, you're fine, it's just nothing, because each of the symptoms, they vary from woman to woman. So one symptom could be weight gain, so your doctor may tell you, lose weight. Another symptom could be acne, so the doctor may tell you or put you on, some sort of acne medication or something. But I would say the biggest suggestion is be an advocate for yourself. Definitely make sure that you are, you're telling the doctor, no, something's wrong, keep checking, and just talk about it. Talk about it with other women. You'd be surprised on how many women in your family or your friends have it. I know that I've spoken to many people and they're like, wait, you have it?
Wow.
Like, yeah, you have it? Like, yeah, so just talking about it.
So are there any sure signs of it? Like, is there any a significant sign that says, okay, you have this?
Unfortunately, no.
Wow.
No, the name is deceiving. So the name is Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome, so you would think that means polycystic, multiple cysts on your ovaries. Unfortunately, that's not always a telltale sign that you have PCOS. Like myself, at any given time, my cysts rupture. So you could do an ultrasound and it's gone. Wow,
wow. So these women, is there anything encouraging that you can tell them or that you would help allow them to go and get tested or go and get searched or go and get some advisory information from your doctor? Because some people may be nervous or scared to find out. That's the reason most people don't go to the doctors in the first place.
Absolutely. We run into that all the time, or we run into, I don't have health insurance, or like I said, my doctor just told me to lose weight or something crazy. So again, just that advocacy, just be your own advocate and make sure that you are standing up for yourself.
Awesome. Where do you see your nonprofit in the next 5 to 10 years?
It's funny because my dad just asked me the same question. So bigger.
Bigger than what it is, right?
Yeah, just this past, I always keep saying this past year, even though we're not there yet.
Right.
So for 2018, I gave my leadership board a mission and a phrase that they are to hold for themselves, whether it's has to do with PCOS Awareness Association, whether it's their personal lives, their relationships, their careers, whatever. And that phrase is bigger, better, bolder. And so they are really aspiring to work on that phrase for themselves. And it was crazy because the moment I said that, everybody on my board was like, yes, yes, yes. You know, they were all for it. And so within a week of giving them that mission, we got 2 sponsors.
Wow.
So, you know, just striving for that for yourself. And I mean, we thought about releasing that phrase to the public, but I think I kind of want to keep it internal for now.
That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. So how are you developing your brand equity with your company?
Developing branding is difficult, but we definitely have, actually my co-founder, I named her my co-founder just 2 years ago because of her passion, the same passion like you and I were talking earlier about it being your baby.
Right.
That same passion, she has it, the same as me. So I said, she's it, you know,
Awesome.
She's the co-founder, and she has definitely put together, her name's Satoya, she's definitely put together, you know, a branding kit. So everything has to be the right color, the right shade, the right, you know, dimensions, the right everything. So branding is very difficult. And when I started, I didn't know anything about branding. It was like, oh, here's an image, let me just use it.
Wow.
So she's definitely put that out there. So I suggest for people to sit down and really think about how they want to be portrayed to the public and what they want their brand to really say.
So with your brand, I know nonprofits sometimes have a little bit of competition or dealing with funding. Have you ran into any issues on competition or just funding issues?
Competition, no. So there are 2 other nonprofits within the U.S. that are dedicated to polycystic ovarian syndrome, but they each do something different. Like one of them, she's based out of Atlanta, and she really only does her events and everything in Atlanta. We are nationwide. Like we have plans to do, we just announced that we're doing 5K walks all over the U.S. So we have 12 locations for 2018 that will be doing 5K walks. And then there's another one that does, provides information, and she's connected more with local doctors. My base is we are the first and only nonprofit dedicated to polycystic ovarian syndrome that offers a search engine to search for doctors all over the U.S. that specialize in PCOS.
That is
so
very
we
unique.
each do kind of something different. So no competition there. When it comes down to funding, unfortunately, there is less than 0.01% government funding for whether it's the advocacy, the research, the anything that has to do with PCOS. There's less funding in the world. It's horrible. So we are definitely working on getting fundraisers, you know, sponsorships, partnerships, and that's one of the main things that I started when I first started. Was I worked on that whole, let's not think about the money. Let's think about who can we partner with.
Right.
I scratch your back, you scratch my
mine.
back,
Yep.
type thing. So we've definitely built on that. But now it's time for the money.
Yeah, exactly. Now it's time.
Now it's time for the money.
That is phenomenal. That is. So just to take a few steps backwards, when did you get started with this, and why? Why did you get started doing this?
Yeah. So I myself was diagnosed with PCOS when I was 16. I showed symptoms when I was 9, and like I said, growing up, you can't really be an advocate for yourself. You have to have somebody else be an advocate for you. And so my mom saw the symptoms. She didn't know what it was, but she kept going back and forth to the doctor, and it was like, something's wrong. This poor child's 9 years old, and she's gained so much weight, even though she does basketball, volleyball, equestrian, all sorts of stuff. So something's going on. And so finally, diagnosed at 16, and I was just kind of told, it's fine. Just go do some more exercise and more activities and whatnot, and you'll be okay. It really didn't hit me until about 21, when it was like excruciating pain from the cyst bursting and not sure what to do about it. I was literally taken to the ER. And the ER doctors, the attendees told me there's nothing that they can do about it. I just have to go through it because cysts are rupturing. They just it's just happening. And so after that moment, my mom said, as we were walking out of the ER, she said she saw fire lit underneath me, and I could not, like, I got home, started getting online, trying to figure out what to do, starting to learn more about PCOS, and trying to find an avenue that could help me deal with my symptoms and my problems, and an avenue that would provide me the information that I needed, and I couldn't find one. So in that process, I was like, my friends, my family, nobody knows what PCOS is, so let me start kind of trying to raise awareness. And in raising awareness, I started making these handmade like bracelets, and I started selling them to my friends and my family for about $1. It was, just enough to cover the cost of the items, from the craft store. And next thing I knew, I had family. I'm from Boston originally, so I had family in Boston that were like, hey, send me a few. So I sent a few, and then after that, it was like people in China, Europe, Australia were emailing me saying, hey, I have PCOS too, and nothing out there is raising awareness, and I see that you have these bracelets, can I buy one? And at that point it was like, this is catching, something's catching. So I went and I took the proceeds that I made and started the nonprofit. And it's just
Wow, that is awesome. You're literally going to be global with this. And I mean, it's so essential that women understand what's going on with their bodies.
Absolutely.
Especially younger women who sometimes the parents kind of shove them off and like, you're fine, just keep working out. And like, no, you're going through some kind of pain. Yeah. So on your platforms, you have support groups and ways to reach out to women that are afraid, and ways to just kind of like provide more than just awareness,
Yeah, so like I said, the walks are one thing that we're going to be doing, and then we did them last year, but only in 6 locations, and they were a success. This coming year, we have a few other ways that I can't tell you, but
sure.
can't tell secrets, but we have a few other ways that we're going to be doing awareness and reaching out to more and more people. September is Awareness Month, it's National Awareness Month, so teal is the color. So we're going to be doing the walks again, and then this year, 2018, will be our 3rd annual, it's called Reveal the Teal, and it's a celebration. So oftentimes, women with PCOS, they feel, one of the symptoms is depression and anxiety, and they feel down, and they feel unwoman-like, unladylike, because of some of the other symptoms, such as male pattern baldness, hair growth on, extra hair on arms, face, just all sorts of things that women in today's society don't think that you should have, So I really wanted to create an event that offered kind of a celebration of self. So we created Reveal the Teal, and like I said, 3rd annual event. And last year we had about 40, 60 people that showed up, and that was in Seattle. And the year before that we had about 30 people. So we're growing. This year it'll be in Dallas, Texas, and we're gonna do it in 2 parts. First part will be a brunch with a panel of experts, and then second part will be a gala. Get fancy. Let's get pretty.
Absolutely.
Let's get pretty, dress up, and be ourselves. Also, something that we do every year, this will be our 4th annual, is a medical conference. So the last 3 years, we've done a medical conference, and we co-host it with a medical journal called Omics. And we have about 60 to 80 medical professionals that show up from all over the world. We've had Sweden, we've had Russia, Italy. It's just crazy to get all of these medical professionals in one area and them have the same passion for women with PCOS. And they want to find an answer. They want to help in any way possible. So they really talk about like their medical research and their findings and any sort of help that they've found over the last year that may help PCOS, women with PCOS. So we're growing.
That is phenomenal. Through all of your, business ventures, the organization, clients, events that you had, what feedback are you receiving back, from your consumers, people that are seeing your awareness programs? What feedback is saying? How is it helping you grow?
Absolutely. Last year, I think it was last year, my years are all running together, but I think it was last year that we hosted a booth at the American Fertility Conference. And I went, it was in Pasadena, California. And I went, and it was crazy because we had all these people who came literally just to see my booth. Because, we announced it on our website and whatnot, and they were like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're here. You've helped so much. Your website was the only website that I went to that provided me the information and the resources that I needed. Even had a celebrity come and visit us. So it was like, yeah, this is what I'm here for. This is what I'm meant to be doing.
That is phenomenal. What advice would you provide to entrepreneurs like yourself that are starting out and want to get in a nonprofit organization? What advice could you provide to them?
Don't stop.
Absolutely.
I can say that there were times when it was like, I probably should stop this. It's taking up all my money. What am I doing to myself? But that drive is in me, and I want to see it through, and I want to help more and more people. So my advice is, don't stop. Do what you feel is right. Do what you feel is in your heart.
That is awesome advice. Now, you're working your 9 to 5 and you're running this. How are you able to create a balance of social life and just, running your organization?
I get that question all the time. I don't. My free time is spent doing this or networking, how I met you.
Exactly.
So,
yep.
Yeah, my free time is definitely all about this. If I'm not at my 9 to 5, I'm off thinking of ways to make this bigger and better. If I'm not doing that, trust me, there's been pretty much like sleepless nights all the time. I literally had to start, keeping a journal next to my bed because I would be dreaming about this, and I'd wake up and I'd be like, I need to write that down.
Right.
Let me write this idea down. And that's how a lot of our programs and projects have happened, because I dreamt of it, and it's like, let's just do it.
This is your baby.
Just do it.
Just go for it.
Yeah.
Just go for it.
You have to.
Could you let everybody know what is the one thing that you would love to tell people about PCOS?
Yeah. So PCOS is, like I said, it's an endocrine disorder that affects over 10 million women in the world. Advocacy and the information, it has to be out there. Women with PCOS, not only do they need your help, but women who don't even know that they have PCOS need your help. That's the number one thing. Awesome.
Could you let everybody know where they can find you on social media?
So our website is www.pcosaa.org. Our Facebook page is PCOS Awareness Association, Instagram PCOSAA, Twitter PCOSAA, YouTube PCOS Awareness Association. We're on all of them. So soon to come Snapchat, which I heard is like the best thing for nonprofits. So
why not? Let them know. Snaps every day,
Right.
Well, you guys definitely support an entrepreneur in a nonprofit organization. Please provide awareness. Please be aware, especially if you're a female to PCOS. You definitely know where to find her in an organization. Please do your research and find out if you have it or not, and just be able to take care of yourself and have emotional support from a group and a community of people that have this. So once again, Megan, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Absolutely.